First order of business is take off my coat. Somebody hold this for me. Take off my tie. I'm gonna take that off.
Anything else?
No, that's about it. I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and unbutton my top button and even the second button. And roll my sleeves up because today is the first day of what we're calling Operation Cool Down for the entire city of Columbus. And we have a lot of partners in that Operation Cool Down. First, we're starting with the city of Columbus. And what we will do, as we have done in some instances in the past, is we're going to open up some fire hydrants around the city of Columbus. Now, why are we doing this? Because we're going to have record temperatures, extraordinary heat over the next 3 days. And we want to keep our citizens cool and advise our citizens what they have to do to remain cool. And we have a lot of partners here. Those four fire hydrants will be open between 1 and 4 between Wednesday through Friday in 4 quadrants of the city, north, south, east, and west. And we'll talk about what those areas are precisely for your reports today. The second part of it is a great program operated by Lifecare Alliance and in partnership with the Columbus Division of Fire. And what's happening there is that Division of Fire is collecting new fans, and those fans are being turned over to Lifecare Alliance, who in turn is distributing those fans to those who don't have air conditioning, especially to our senior citizens who need that wind to blow on them. So this is a major effort, and I'm asking the public to buy a fan, to take it to your nearest fire station so that they can turn it over to Lifecare Alliance, who then can distribute it around the city. Secondly, we have 5 pools that are open. We can go through all that, but I want those pools to be chock full of people. Go to your local pool. Enjoy it. Whether it's an apartment pool or a city pool, whatever it is, go to that pool. And also drink a lot of water. We're going to do that as well today. Drink a lot of water. Every chance you get, make sure you drink some water. That's important to keep cool for the next few days. You can't drink enough. I want you to check on your neighbors, especially senior citizens. We have an obligation that you need to be responsible for your neighborhood. You need to be responsible for your block. And there's always senior citizens that are in your neighborhood that need to be checked on. I expect you to knock on their door and see how they're doing. And children, make sure that they cool off. We have our rec centers, and those are cooling centers that many of them are air conditioned, and those that are air conditioned are being defined as cooling centers where people can come, enjoy the activities at our rec centers, and cool down over the next few days. Make sure you do that. I want folks to eat light meals, and also to check on your pets. Our pets are important. And seriously, this is a pet owner right here. And many times people will leave their pets in their cars. And they come back out and that pet have not survived that heat. So make sure you check on your pets, keep them inside, keep them with a lot of water as well. And we have our 5 pools, make sure you're there. I can go through every single pool that will be open and every single cooling center as well. We can do that afterwards. I'll give you that information so you can have. But this is a citywide effort to cool down over the next few days. And this is very important. Lives are at stake. This is a matter of safety. This is a critical matter of safety. Heat stroke, we have a doctor here who can talk to you about that, and just make sure we all come together over the next few days to take care of each other in Operation Cool Down. Again, we're starting it with the opening of fire hydrants. Then we'll move to our pools. Then we'll move to our rec centers. Then we move to our fans. And then we have to continue to drink a lot of water every chance you get. Now, how much water should we drink, Doctor?
Drink at least 3 to 4 glasses, 8-ounce glasses every hour, especially if you're in extreme heat.
3 to 4 glasses of water, 8-ounce glass of water every hour. So make sure that happens. This is a matter of life or death sometimes, and we're not kidding. That we need to continue to drink a lot of water and keep that going. I'm drinking a lot of water. I put the coffee aside. I'm drinking lots of water. And I feel actually much better because of it. So I'd like to bring forward Council Member Mills, who's chair of our safety committee, because this has a lot to do with the safety of our citizens and the fact that we need to continue to work on this because, you know, we don't understand sometimes you walk out into that sun or you go into a room or a home that isn't air conditioned, it's oppressive. And it sometimes gets so oppressive, it can draw the very life out of you. Or it can result in some level of heat stroke. That's something else maybe the doctor can talk about. What is heat stroke? When do you know that you're having a heat stroke? And we're seeing these kinds of incidents rising whenever the heat is as bad as it has been and will be over the next several days. So Columbus, Operation Cool Down, we need participants, we need people to donate fans so we can get those fans out, and we're going to do extraordinary measures like opening up fire hydrants to make sure that our neighborhoods are cool in the process. Councilmember Mills.
Thank you, Mayor Coleman. I want to also encourage our citizens of Columbus to think about the 3 C's, and that is check on your neighbor, check on your loved ones, check on your pets. Call us if you need us, but please make sure you check on the members around you. Make sure that if you have an opportunity to drop off a fan, that you do so at our fire stations. Our men and women at our fire stations stand ready to accept all the fans to support our vulnerable citizen groups, such as our senior citizens. In addition, I want to again highlight the care of your pets. As a dedicated pet owner, please make sure that you use all of the resources available. Check the Metro Park website for the closest area where dogs can swim. There's dog beaches at Allen Creek Park and many throughout the city of Columbus. So please use all of those resources for your loved ones, both your 2-legged loved ones and your 4-legged loved ones. But please make sure that you check on your neighbors. Call us if you need us. Remember, take care, drink plenty of water. Do not let heat exhaustion set in. If you notice any signs or symptoms, please call us if you need us. Again, we stand ready, as we always do, to make sure that the entire city of Columbus is safe, and particularly during Operation Cool Down. I would like to bring and introduce to you the very capable and, as he told me to say, handsome Chuck Gehring, who is the CEO of Lifecare Alliance, who cares for our vulnerable citizens, our senior citizens, each and every day, making sure that they have meals. But I'm asking that you check on them even in the late days when the sun has gone down, just to make sure that they have been kept cool and hydrated. Even though the sun is not out, they still need to keep hydrated throughout the day. So without further ado, I bring and introduce to you Chuck Gehring.
Hi. Most of you know I'm Chuck Gehring. I'm the CEO of Lifecare Alliance, and for the past 20 or so years, we've had the FAN program here in Central Ohio, and the FAN campaign to distribute fans to seniors and chronically ill individuals in Central Ohio. And Mayor and Councilwoman, you should be very proud of the fact that not only you're taking this initiative to get this Operation Cool Down going today, but we've checked this, and I won't guarantee this number, but I have checked this as best I can through you, members of the media, and through the internet. We are, to my knowledge, the only major metropolitan area in the Midwest that last year, and then again this year to this point, has not had a heat-related death. To give you some examples, last summer alone, not counting this summer, Memphis, Tennessee, 19 heat-related deaths. Philadelphia, more than 24, etc., etc., etc. And the only variable that I see between those cities and ours is that we collect and distribute fans to our seniors and chronically ill. The first death last summer in New York City, Mayor, was an elderly woman who was perfectly fine, though, health-wise, but she was found in her upstairs apartment, no air conditioning, couldn't afford to turn it on, with her windows bolted and locked. And the reason is fear of burglary, or fear of being broken into, which many of our seniors have. We are, let me restate this, the only city, to my knowledge, in the Midwest and probably in the United States that's not on a coast. Let me qualify this, so not in San Francisco, that doesn't have a heat-related death last summer or this summer so far. So we have got to maintain that record of success. Secondly, each heat-related death extrapolates into probably 100 hospital visits. EMS runs, first of all, our fire people have to go out and pick these folks up, take them into a hospital emergency room. Bad experience for everybody, including the taxpayer, who of course pays for this for folks that may be low income. Now, why is this the case? Well, very simply, many folks that we see who are lower income, seniors and chronically ill individuals, and chronically ill individuals, when I describe them, are people under age 60 who have some sort of chronic illness that keeps them homebound and become shut-ins at an early age. And I would tell you, this is one of the only cities that I have found around the country that supports programs for people under age 60. Just so you know that. We have a contract with the city to provide Meals on Wheels for people under age 60. So you're starting to see a pattern here of partnership between the city and groups like Lifecare Alliance. People don't have air conditioning in their older homes. Two, they cannot afford to turn it on. 70% of our Lifecare Alliance Meals on Wheels clients live on under less than $600 a month income. They can't afford to turn it on. Thirdly, as I said before, they keep their doors and windows bolted and locked. And fourthly, I've had people come up to me and say, well, Chuck, why don't you just encourage the seniors to go outside at night? You know, it's not 95 in the middle at 9 o'clock at night here in Columbus. It's much cooler. They could go out on their porch. They can't go out on their porch in many cases. They are on walkers, scooters, wheelchairs, and oftentimes in an older house, there's a couple of steps. And even if they're able to walk, those 2 steps to get to that cool porch represent a falls hazard, which can turn into more problems for these folks. Does that make sense? So the only variable we're seeing is that crazy $20 box fan. And that's why we have for years now partnered with the city of Columbus. You can drop off a box fan at any Franklin County fire station. If someone needs a fan, they should simply call Lifecare Alliance at 614-437-2870. 437-2870, that's our hotline. And we will either, because we are Meals on Wheels, if they cannot get to us to pick it up, if they have somebody to pick it up, we ask them to do that. If not, we will deliver it. Okay? And then finally, if you want to volunteer, we need people. Right now, our staff is delivering these fans. If you want to volunteer, we ask you to call our hotline, 444-MEALS, our volunteer hotline, or go to the website and volunteer to take some fans around. Very impressive record. Thank you.
All right. And Dr. Lamille Williams, who's our doctor for the Public Health Department, who can tell you about stroke and heat health issues. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you, everyone, and welcome this afternoon. I just want to tell you a little bit about what Columbus Public Health is doing and what we have been doing for the last few days with the heat advisories and the heat warnings from the National Weather Service. We've been monitoring the situation since Sunday evening and been aware of the heat problems in our community and the surrounding areas. And we put our heat plan into place, and some of that you've already heard the mayor mention with the rec centers being cooling centers and the pools opening and things of that nature. But another thing we do that many people don't see because it's done behind the scenes is we monitor ER visits. So we're looking at the number of heat cases, heat exhaustion that are presenting to our local ERs and making sure that if we see a large increase in that we can educate the community appropriately to avoid those visits. So some of the things I just want to echo, and then I'll get into a little bit about the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion. But as the mayor said, you really want to make sure you stay well hydrated during this time when the temperatures are very high. Don't wait till you're thirsty. It's best that you drink cool drinks that are non-alcoholic. So they should be cold and non-alcoholic, and it's best that you stay on top of it and not have to catch up. It's also best, whether you're of any age or any medical condition, that you try to limit your activities outdoors to the very early morning or the evening, and that goes for young children as well who might be playing outside, as well as those athletes who might be running and things of that nature. Really try to limit that to the morning hours and the evening hours. That would also go for residents who want to mow their lawn, to try to reduce that activity to the cooler parts of the day. I also encourage you, as you've heard before, that you don't leave young children nor your pets or any adult or any individual in a car for any length of time, even if you have the windows down. They can get hot very quickly, and that is not recommended at all. Some of the signs that individuals should look for heat exhaustion would be headache, dizziness, fatigue. Sometimes people just turn red. They might not actually perspire as you would normally see someone who is hot perspire, but they can have the symptoms that I mentioned of headache, fatigue, nausea, as well as dizziness. So those are some of the things to look out for. And heat exhaustion can then progress to heat stroke, which is a very serious condition and definitely needs medical attention. So again, make sure you stay inside, you stay cool. If you're looking for a cool place and you choose not to go to your local pool, or you choose not to take part in the fire hydrants, go to your local mall, go to your local library, go to one of the cooling centers at the rec centers, go to your neighbor's or your friend's house that might have air conditioner, but make sure you do your best to stay cool and you look out for your family and friends. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now, these fire hydrants will be located at Linden Park in front of 1254 Briarwood Avenue, Beatty Recreation Center, 180 North Ohio Avenue, Lincoln Park Elementary School at East Markeson Avenue and Ann Street, and Westgate Park at Wicklow and Southampton. These locations will have city personnel there during the hours of 1 and 4 Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. And I am encouraging folks to go there. We'll have the fire hydrants open enough so it's not, the flow is not so strong, but enough that you can enjoy it and it doesn't blow on you over. So stay cool, stay safe. We are in place now, Operation Cool Down, effective immediately. Now, what we're going to do here is Director Alan McKnight, these are all his pools, and we have 5 of them open now. We're working on a 6th right now. We're going to walk out here so you can get some video of some pools action going on right here. And watch it, because I've been known to throw reporters in the water. Come on.